Hello, friends, and welcome to New Gameplay Today. I am Alex Stadnik, and I got some of the best of the business with me today. We have the president of games, the EIC himself, Andrew Reiner. Hello, sir.
Hey, Alex, what's up?
I'm loving what I'm seeing. I don't know what I'm seeing, but I'm loving it. And as always, Dan, the legend, the jacket Tack. Hello, sir.
Hey, Alex, great to be here today.
Hi, it's great to have you, gents, because what are we playing? What are we looking at here?
This is Actraiser Renaissance. So Actraiser is a very, very, very old SNES game that apparently they just decided to remaster and put out with no warning at all. Welcome.
Here we are. It is a side-scrolling action game meets like town builder. Am I getting that right?
And that's kind of what made it unique back in the day. You didn't have a lot of town builders or kind of strategy games of this ilk, and this kind of blended genres in a really fascinating way and took the Super Nintendo for a ride. There was a lot of Mode 7 effects. They used the soundtrack in a really convincing way. I thought it sounded amazing. And it was really challenging and fun. It kind of had that, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, kind of that roguelike element of you had finite lives and had to finish the game in that amount of time. And they kept some of that in this, but boy, it's a different experience.
I do remember it being substantially harder, and at the time when it came out, it had the best graphics in the system, bar none. It was an amazing looking game. It was early on in the cycle, if I recall correctly, and I may not. That was a long time ago, but it was just a beautiful looking game for this era, especially the side-scrolling stuff. Not so much, but
and like Reiner pointed out, like I think that was one of the first things that really grabbed me from the Nintendo Direct yesterday was how good the music sounded too, right? They blended that, or they had that awesome SNES soundtrack to it that I really enjoyed. But this is such a departure for me because I'm not used to town builders like having combat in the overworld like this. I don't know, like you guys both played the original and now you're playing this. Reiner, like, what do you think? Is this a good remake of this game, remaster?
Yeah, so as soon as I don't know if Dan will show it off in his playthrough here, but when we were up in, like, you start the game with an overview kind of viewpoint, high in the sky in this air fortress, and then it descends to the city you go into. The first one's Fillmore. This is Bloodpool, where Deadpool is from. But when you zoom in, when you do that overhead kind of zoom in, it screams of nostalgia. It's not Mode 7 graphics, but it definitely harks back to that Super Nintendo era. And then everything kind of falls apart when you start doing stuff because they added quests, there's hero characters, there's a whole new element to this game that kind of steals its simplicity. And I don't know if I like it yet. I'm still early, but it holds your hand a lot. You have a lot of text that comes up where you're talking to villagers, at least in that first city, Dan. And yeah, I don't know. The pacing, the flow just doesn't seem like what it used to be.
So yeah, you continue to talk to villagers and stuff. There's a whole quest chains, and then like
here we go.
Yeah, you're gonna meet a unique hero character in each one of these areas that you can summon to like basically play tower defense with. That wasn't really an element of the original game. The original game was much more simple. You would just go to these areas, do the platforming and fighting, and then do the simulation, rinse and repeat. And we're just going to show off a real quick side-scrolling stage here to show it off, because I'm not actually at a point of progression. Yeah, and as you'll notice, I swap between some of the music in this, so you can use the old SNES soundtrack, or you can use the rearranged, remastered one as well.
Oh, nice.
I actually have been finding myself gravitating toward the original. It's really good, although the rearrangements are quite nice as well. Now, here we're gonna get to see a little bit of the remastered graphics, which honestly have not been resonating with me.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of like Power Ranger putties. It's just not doing it for me.
Yeah, they're polygonal characters now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So this is the new soundtrack. It's pretty jazzy. I like it.
Yeah.
But the original one slaps pretty hard too.
Oh yeah, especially going from that SNES era of graphics. I see what y'all mean.
Like, I'm a big fan, I get it. This probably does look better, but it's the style. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not
You're playing this like Dark Souls. You're just avoiding enemies. You're just blazing forward.
Well, I'm just going through stage 1 here to show off some of the strides. I was like, okay, we'll just do the level, right?
Yeah. Is the action fun though? Is that something you've been enjoying or not really?
It was always very simple. In fact, I think they added that upward slash I'm doing right there. I think they added an upward and downward slash
and a back step.
And a backstep. So yeah,
Oh.
they actually, it was so much more simple. You would actually just stand in place, find the right spot to stand and swing. But it was so good looking. You know, that was the big selling point. You would see a screenshot of this game at the rental store, and you would be like, "Oh my god, I'm taking that one home." I'm serious.
Not returning this one.
Yeah, this was an absolutely beautiful game, and the big epic boss battles. We'll see the first fight in the game coming up here. And then having that sort of like, SimCity / populist kind of thing going on in the backdrop was a very bizarre amalgamation of game genres here.
Yeah.
Does it hold up today?
Seen. Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to answer that.
Well, is there dare I ask, is there a story in this to speak of? Is there a reason?
There is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're basically helping villages in need, and you're their god, so to speak, and you have some chosen warriors that are here to defeat a dark, ancient evil that's reemerged. And but yeah, I was struggling to find the fun in this, but I did play it for 3 hours last night.
Oh wow.
So, I just adored that Super Nintendo game so much, and there's just elements of it that pop up every once in a while. But then I'll hit something new that I'm just like, this doesn't seem balanced very well. Like leveling up your hero, Dan.
Yeah, it takes the simulation segments now take quite a long time because there's tons of quests and you are building up we're gonna see this in a minute here. You have these hero characters and you can bring them from act to act with you. And they've really, really expanded upon the simulation element, turning it into a full-fledged tower defense game. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. Probably. It's a whole to-do, I'll tell you that. Like, you've got to level up your characters, position them correctly, build towers. Like, you had to do sound protection in the original too, but it was very simplistic. Mm-hmm. This is like a whole nother, like, it's basically Kingdom Rush inside this game, okay? That's what it is.
Okay.
If you're a fan of that kind of stuff, I mean, added points right there.
Yeah, I'm assuming this isn't like the Halo anniversary and Halo 2, right, where you can switch the graphics as well as the sound, right? It's just we're with the graphics we have right here.
Yeah, I don't think there's classic graphics.
Yeah, there's no classic graphics, and they have tweaked. It's still the same game. Like, you're going to the same areas, fighting the same bosses. They have added a lot to the sim elements, and I bet there are probably some other new things later too. Like, it's tweaked differently, I think. They didn't mention this, but it feels like it's been balanced a lot differently. That, or I'm a much better gamer than I was when I was 12. I don't know.
Entirely possible.
It feels like it wants to be a classic re-release, but at the same time, you get the sense the developers want to do something entirely new, right? And with the brand or the license, and it just kind of hits that weird spot in between, where the nostalgia really isn't lining up with the new stuff. That's my take early on, within the first few hours.
For sure.
And yeah, I guess I'm just thinking, like, do we need to hold Actraiser as sacred? I'm just like, it's, of all the brands they could have brought back for something, it certainly was not one that I thought I'd ever see again. So,
hey, bring back Wizards and Warriors next.
Yes. Oh my God, please bring back Wizards and Warriors. That would be amazing. That would be an awesome game today.
This is the opening city.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. In a second here, though, I'm going to take us to the second town and show off the hero stuff.
So you can see the hero down there with the red cape.
Yeah, I came back here to try to interact with him, and I realized I wasn't going to be able to, so I went to the second town.
Okay. It's nice to see Fillmore. It's doing well. The music, very cheery. Looks like they got a lot of crop, Dan. Well done.
Yeah, so you level up your characters with these scrolls that you get from doing quests. So I've got 2 heroes right now. There are 6 areas in the game, so you're going to get 6 different heroes. And as you acquire each one, you can bring them to the next town. So the tower defense gets more and more involved progressively. As you have, at this point in the game, I have a warrior hero and a mage hero, and I'm sure I'll get probably a healer hero and something, there'll be some archetypal stuff coming down the line. And you combine that with, as you can see here, I've got these towers and gates, and again, they really just said, let's make a full tower defense on top of everything else. And whether you would like that, it's very simplistic. Again, it was more simplistic in the original, but today, when you do have so many different actual tower defense games and stuff that you can play, I don't know how it holds up. It's kind of cool. Bizarre.
Yeah, one thing to point out, you're building these towns, and eventually they're gonna you build over those hellmouths that are open there, and then the enemies stop coming. The enemies that come out can harm your settlements, but basically you're shooting them like Dan is as this angel to get SP that allows you to do different things. One of the fun things, Alex, to upgrade their houses, you have to burn down their old houses with a lightning strike, and then they have to rebuild with, you know, better tech or whatever, you know, better material.
Do you alert them before too? You're like,
oh
hey,
no, you just rain death. Yeah.
Yeah, they're you know, they're people, and they will talk to you after every quest. So I think they added a significant amount of storyline to this, if I'm not mistaken, involving these heroes. As we see, this is a hero of the second realm.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're gonna be like, "Hey, why did you burn Grandma to the ground along with my?"
Now, they'll never talk
home?
about that. They'll never talk about that.
Yeah,
they'll just be
forget
like,
about
"Hey, what's
They're
up?"
always like, "Yeah, oh Lord, thank you for giving us crop. You know, it sucks that you lightning striked my village, but thank you, you know, for everything."
Thank you.
Yeah. And they were like that in the
Lord.
first game too. It was a very like, I don't know if you ever played the game Populous, but it's very much like, you know, "Oh Lord, thank you for bestowing upon us these crops, and yay, and yay." You know, here we have a battle. I decided I'd show you a settlement battle here.
Cool.
And it's now telling me I can summon people from missions I've completed. Again, a whole thing.
My guy needs to wake up here. He's about to go into battle.
Yeah.
Looks like he's sleeping.
One of the weird things, Angel here is talking to you. She's kind of like your tutorial character, tells you everything you need to do, but you also control her. So you're controlling this, I don't know, this weird NPC in story sequences, but then she does all the combat in the overworld.
Yeah. Yep. It's best not to ask questions sometimes.
I was gonna say this is
It's puzzling.
Yeah, it's bizarre and in good ways and strange ways, right?
Yes. So here's tower defense.
Yeah. Okay. I can dig it. Would you gents recommend this to any like newcomers like me or people who want that a little bit of nostalgia? Like, who is this for?
I mean, it's for the old Actraiser fans, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I think that's exclusive. It's an exclusive club more than I've ever seen of a re-release of. If you don't know what the name Actraiser is, boy, I don't know. But if you do, it's fascinating what this developer is doing to it. It really is such a strange reinterpretation of what it was.
Yeah, this feels like. Yeah, go ahead, Tack.
To be fair, I don't know that the original would be compelling today either. So take some liberties.
Yeah.
But they also, you know, not all shots hit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, if you're shooting 40% from 3, you're still a good 3-point shooter.
I'm taking that shot.
Yeah, I love in a world where we've begged Square Enix to put like Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 on the Switch. They say no. Here's Actraiser, and in a world where Chris Pratt is now Mario, I think that makes sense. So
in a world where Chris Pratt is Mario, this totally makes sense.
Yeah,
this is our new future.
This is exactly what we deserve. So, gentlemen, I think this is a wonderful look at Actraiser. If y'all are curious about it and want to pick it up, it's out now on PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC, iOS, and Android. So be sure to go check that out. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure as always. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.